feel like I should hold my guitar so people know what I'm about. This feels cool, right? I could hold my guitar. It's kind of like a cool thing to do. Figuring out the light thing too, if I face it toward me. Hey. It is the end of 2022, and for the past few years, I've been doing like a roundup thing where I go out into a field and find a bunch of horses, kind of round them up. God, I wish I was funny. I don't tell anyone I do these videos. Obviously, I put them on YouTube. They very easily come off as like, look at me, this is what I'm doing. And I'm not doing this for anyone else except me and to look back on and to just remember cool things that I did. So here we go, my 2022. And during this whole year, I was also still teaching 20 hours a week. I was fitting all this stuff in around that, basically. I was posting videos every other day at least. Posted somewhere between 150 to 200 TikToks, Instagram Reels this whole year. I'm not going to be talking about that, but that's what I did. I'll be mentioning like the big ones. In January, I started off the year with releasing Face to Face with Death, featuring Taylor Barber of Left to Suffer. Made a little music video for it. It's kind of like a more experimental song. People really like it, so that's cool. It makes me want to do more of just like be me and do weird stuff like that. And then of course, I made like a YouTube video of breaking down that session. I played my first show with a drummer and a bass player, Jacob and Michael. I started streaming on my Discord once a month, and I still do that. Q&A, feedback sort of stuff. In January, I kind of started realizing that guitar music is like cool again, and I was really excited what that meant for me as a guitar boy. First big video of the year was this toy plane flying TikTok. Billie Eilish liked it. In February, I dropped some new merch. I started doing some more live streams on Trubify. I put out Scro's TikTok album, basically like the audio of a bunch of my TikToks that people liked on my side Spotify page. When I started being more consistent on putting everything on SoundCloud as well. I went to Six Flags to celebrate my homie's birthday with all my friends. And this month I had my 1-year anniversary with Lauren. I'm so excited to have been with her for this long, and obviously now longer at this point. I love her very much. I'm excited for our 2-year next year. I made a farting and shitting TikTok video and that was kind of fun. People like that. In March, I did some sponsored work with Sonarworks. Got my first like big placement as a guitarist for YNWB Slimed for their track Fair Enough. And then I played my first little house show at this venue called The Edge. I finally moved my studio to my living room, and I never show that, but yeah, I have like a proper legit studio over there. I just film all my videos in my bedroom because the background looks cooler. I went to a subculture show for the first time, and Rebecca Black showed up, and I posted this piano loop thingy on TikTok. And Lizzo ended up using it in one of her videos, so that was cool. In April, a lot of things started like really, I released Little Too Quiet with Venus is a Boy. We landed our first editorial placement. We made a YouTube video breaking down the production and how we made it and wrote it. That on top of a video I made doing really well on TikTok, promoting that song. It was a little overwhelming for me. I know like for maybe other people it wasn't crazy what was happening, but just a lot of numbers were happening. A lot of people were messaging me about PR companies, other record labels, a lot of like brand deals sort of things wanting to start happening. And that entire month was really overwhelming just for me, like communicating with all of that, whatever was going on. I don't have a manager or anything, so that was awesome. That was like really big moves for me and Theo. It's just like a cool pinnacle of my life that I'm really thankful for. Something that led to is Fortnite hit me up wanting to do a sponsored video with me. It was my first like big sponsorship, and my video ended up flopping, so that was really embarrassing. Probably never gonna do any sponsored posts like that again because that is just the most embarrassing thing to ever happen. I started doing some work for this group, Born to Dream. I saw Traders and Left to Suffer live. That was tight. My mom visited LA. We went and did all the cool LA things, some cool museums. She met my girlfriend, went to the beach. I'm really glad she was able to come out and see me. That was fun. In May, I released Stuck in Motion. Still one of my favorite songs. I don't think anyone else kind of agrees with me on that, but it's a banger. I played a cool show at this DIY venue called The Shed. I hit 1K on YouTube. Very cool. I started working again on my arm, just kind of here and there where we ended up finishing it, but I think in this month of May I did the dog wolf thing. I don't remember, but I ended up finishing that this year. Some space right there. and my hand. So maybe next year I'll finish those up. I DJ'd for a party that Alice Long Yagao hosted. I'm not really a DJ, but I just played a bunch of like punk emo music, and it was for Carly Hansen's birthday. It was cool. I pressed play on one song, it finished. I pressed play on the next song. People were dancing. I played piano in this music video. I don't even know who they are, but it was kind of fun. And then my homie Braden did a little kitty tattoo on my leg. At the end of this month, I went to Lightning in a Bottle with my girlfriend. It was crazy because it was so hot, and me and Lauren were just in a tent. She's like really into camping and stuff and knew how to set all that stuff up, and I probably would have died if I wasn't with her. So thanks for saving my life, babe. There was no phone reception, so it was really just like existing in the real world. It was just like a great time mentally to sort of get away from my life of, I'd say, like maybe constant anxiety or always wanting to push and grow and produce content and just comparing myself to others. I was like away from that for almost a week. I didn't feel like there was any hierarchy between me and my friends, and between me and even the people on stage that were, you know, really well-known, successful producers and DJs. It was like everyone there was like so strictly in the moment. People were just having fun and being themselves and not worrying about what was gonna happen tomorrow or next day or the next year. I don't know, maybe I like the struggle. Maybe part of me likes pushing myself so hard to see what I can do. It is really exhausting, sort of mentally being so hard on yourself and always saying to yourself, is that all you can do? Is that the best you can do? Push further, go farther, do more. And finally, like, I wasn't feeling that. Anyways, it was really cool, and I'm glad that Lauren invited me to do that. Thank you. I love you. Okay, I'm putting this guitar down. Why am I doing this? It's not comfortable. In June, I technically had my first headlining show at that same venue, The Shed. I hit my first 100,000 streams on Spotify. That was tight. I helped produce a music video for an EP that I produced for Luna Lloyd. Go check out that record. Produced, recorded, and mixed the whole thing. I even helped write a lot of it. And then I helped edit the music video and stuff too. And at the end of this month, I posted the Oh My God Frank Cat whatever thing. I put that on Spotify too. A lot of people ended up liking that. In July, I got accepted to be on Bitbird's Create Together Volume 3. This was insane. I took a video the second I found out that they were gonna sign the track. Always wanted to be on Bitbird, like ever since I got into electronic music and finding out San Holo, and just the validation of like a legit label like Bitbird is validating. You know, because of the Bitbird thing, I got some other cool editorial placements on Spotify. My personal favorite was one called Pixel Garden. Pixel Garden is one that I've been wanting to be on for forever. A lot of my favorite like electronic artists, Porter Robinson, Jaren, like they're all on this playlist. They're on the top, and I used to listen to it all the time. And the day my track got released, I was #1. That was like another big like wow moment for me this year. So a lot of videos that I posted about my track, I Don't Want to Write Sad Songs Anymore, ended up doing really well and really contributed to the success of that song. I had the Adventure Time TikTok. I had this video that was like 244 notes, whatever, that did really well. And then Machine Emo, I called it. All those videos did really well and helped boost the song that I had just released because of that. And I went to New York to visit my cousins and my grandparents for their anniversary. This year I kind of was really thinking about how I'm getting older and that I really value like connection and love, being close to people that I care about. And this month I hit 100K on TikTok. Thanks guys, we did it. In August, I finally started selling my loops and tabs on a website. Still up, you can go grab them if you want. And this month I hit 50K on Instagram, from like 3K to 50K because of all of these reels. It's cool on the surface, but when you dig deeper, it's like, it's just people looking at these videos that I'm posting, trying to get people to listen to my actual music. And it is working, but just in a different way than it might look like, I guess. I partnered with D'Addario, a string company, and made some videos for them. Now they give me strings. It's awesome. Also, a video I posted for them almost got 1 million views. So I dare you, if you guys are seeing this, feel free to keep sending stuff my way. You know, we gotta help each other out here. So because of everything that had been going on, like everything was just popping for me, like Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, people wanting to do live shows, people reaching out, wanting to work together, like in real life and on the internet. And that's all I kind of ever care about is just growth. Wherever I was, just trying to get farther, you know. And looking back in on my tweets, I put this out. Been doing really well on IG and TikTok and Spotify lately, but it doesn't really fulfill me anymore. What makes me happiest is being with my friends and being happy with my girlfriend and creating music that I love. Kind of a weird feeling. It feels like internet stuff is just a job now and I've become really good at it, but it's not something that makes me happy the way that being with my loved ones does. I've been sort of thinking about that a lot this year. It's always like when things aren't doing well for me on the internet, I get really upset and I just want to do whatever I can to kind of get back where I was in terms of like engagement and stuff. But then when I'm there again, I'm like, this was the feeling I was chasing the whole time. It's like the whole reason I'm doing music or trying to be successful or be like a well-known artist, producer, guitarist. It's just because I want to connect with people and I want people to know me and know my story. But I already have people who know me. I already have people who know my story and who love me and who think I'm really cool and talented. Porter Robinson has a song, and in it he says, "But if glory made you happy, why are you so broken up?" And I think about that a lot too. And in an interview, he talked about always seeking external validation and just trying to tour and make the best music and get as many people to love him as possible. And he did all those things and he keeps doing it and surpassing it farther and farther. And he just realizes like it's never gonna fulfill him the way that he's hoping. And it's weird because like I'm such a small artist compared to the people that I look up to and that I'm inspired by. And I think about, do they just feel like literally exactly like me? Do they feel not any different than I do? They're playing sold out festivals and they just feel like they're a dummy, like they're just like hoping for more validation and more acceptance in the scene. And I guess so. I mean, at least Porter, yeah, that's exactly how he feels, it seems like. And it's like, what the am I chasing after? Like my whole life, like what am I doing? Is this really what I'm gonna be 80 years old and I'm gonna be looking back and be like, okay, cool. You know, like, I don't know. It seems so pointless sometimes. At the same time, you know, there's been a few moments this year, truthfully, seconds at a time, where I was like, I'm going to quit music. This is so stupid. I'm putting all this time into everything and for what? Just so people think I'm cool. Like, I'm not just happy enough being by myself. Like, I could take the 40 hours a week I spend on doing all this shit and just be happy. That would be crazy, being just like content with myself. That would be insane. Then I kind of realized, like, if that is what I did, you know what I would do? I would just be making music all day anyways. And I know the cycle would just come back. I would just be really experimental with music. I'd do whatever genre I want that day. And you know what I would do? I would want to post it and I would want people to look at it and think it's cool. And I'd want to play shows and I'd want to work with artists that I love. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I do all this because I love doing it, but doing it is also very taxing and it makes me really anxious. I just wonder if it's all worth it, but then whatever. I'm just talking in circles, but you know what I'm talking about. Porter, if you're watching this, we're the same person. That's all I'm trying to say. Something else cool that happened is, so I took guitar lessons when I was in like middle school and high school for a little bit. And my guitar teacher, Josh, texted me saying that someone came into his room like, hey, I found this video on TikTok. I really want to learn how to play like this guy. And that guy was me. That is crazy for me to be in that little classroom with Josh, learning how to play guitar, and some other kid, 13-year-old, comes in and is like, hey, I want to play like this guy. And Josh is like, oh yeah, that's cool. I used to teach him. You know, like, that is so cool to me. I was like, I'll tell people about it and no one thinks it's as cool as me. I think it's awesome, whatever. I did a little live set for Bitbird in my bedroom. That was kind of fun. In September, Instagram started being cooler than TikTok. That's what I wrote down. That's what I'm saying right now. I had a live stream with this company called Applause where I went to their studio and set up and did a live stream. A lot of companies been wanting me to do that. The only thing is that most of my audience doesn't, like, they don't watch live streams. You know, like, I have a big audience on Instagram and TikTok, but they're there to watch a 10-second video and scroll by. Those don't really end up doing very well, so I'm not gonna do them anymore. And I also put out an acoustic and instrumental version with Bitbird of I Don't Want to Write Sad Songs Anymore, and then I did a music video for that as well. I went and saw Mo Shop, which is an artist that one of my students showed me, actually. And then it was my birthday, and I had a cool thing at Ace Hotel. Had a couple friends come by and Had a good time. Thanks everyone that showed up. In October, I bought Reaper. I did it. I'm one of the few. I went to Vibey Desert, which is a festival that my homies put on. Did another like live stream for this company, Ursa. I also won a remix competition from this company called Stems Doubt. Oh, I'm wearing the shirt that I won from the competition. I won first place, but I didn't win the official release. I'm still very confused about that. I'm trying to put that out next year. We'll see what happens. And I also put out this cool video of some duet. I don't know, maybe I'll make a song out of it. It was a cool track. It was a cool vibe. In November, Orangewood, the guitar company, reached out to me to come by and check out some of their guitars and maybe work together on some stuff. Had a release with Jedwill, and we did a little music video thing together as well. The song Kaleidoscope. I'm pretty proud of that song. I know it's not gonna be like a big thing for me personally as an artist, but I just really like Jedwill, and he's so respected in the scene that I'm kind of trying to be a part of, and I'm glad we were able to like link up and do a cool track together that people like. I also did a little virtual fest called I Voted. Did another like headlining show at the Goldfish. That was a really fun show. I thought there were so many people there, and then I looked back at the pictures and there was like 10 people in the crowd. I was so embarrassed, but it was really fun. Finally bought a new computer from my other one that's been falling apart. I posted this Mr. Krabs reel thing. In December, I chose to be a little more consistent on YouTube. I'm doing well so far. I'd like to do 2 videos a month, just kind of like talking to the camera type stuff, because TikTok sucks. I don't know what the heck's going on. I've been thinking like I would rather be putting my time into YouTube, where the audience that I grow is way more like legit and like a well-knit community, rather than like random people just kind of like scrolling past my videos. I mean, that being said, like basically all my success and where I am as an artist is because of TikTok, but like imagine if I was putting all that work into YouTube and monetizing it. On TikTok, you make $30 for 1 million views. On YouTube, you make like over $1,000. Like, come on, I'm trying to get that bread. I played the Moroccan Lounge, which has been my favorite venue in LA. It was definitely one of my favorite shows I played. There's a lot of people singing with my songs. I saw Breakins live. That was insane. And I went to Mexico for the first time. I got a tooth filling from a cavity that I have from grinding my teeth at night. And then I got impressions. And I saved like $800 going to Mexico. And that's kind of my list. I think some cool stuff that happened this year, just kind of sprinkled throughout, is I just got a lot of recognition from people that I look up to and artists that I love. I'm even friends with some of them now and gonna be making music together. It's like a surreal moment. It's crazy to think that the artists that I look up to might know who I am, and you know, I could inspire them in a little way. Or weird downside of meeting and being friends with all these artists that are super way farther than I might ever be is that I almost instantly start to compare myself to them. It makes me think like, what's wrong with me that I can't be where they are? Am I ever gonna be where they are? It's so weird. I need help. The one thing that I can take a positive out of it is like, they think I'm cool enough to be my friend. Like, someone that I think is so cool thinks that I'm kind of cool and they want to hang out and make music with me. Here's my Spotify Wrapped. I wrote this paragraph here. I'm just gonna read it. This list doesn't feel like it sums up 2022. 2022 was really the start of me being treated and viewed and respected as a real artist because of TikTok. That is cool, but it's also bad because people see me as a TikTok guitarist or Instagram guitarist, and it's like, yeah, a lot of people know me, but maybe not for exactly the reason I want to be known. This year it felt like there's way more that happened and way more than I experienced, especially just all the time and memories that I've had with Lauren. I feel like that was one of the coolest and most special things for me, is getting closer to her every day. I think honestly this year that was something that I look back on and I'm most like stoked about. Having more time and memories together, and I love that. Okay, well that's it. That's my 2022. This entire year was just leading up to this video, and now I made it. So next year, what else could I want next year? I do want to make more music that pushes the envelope and that feels like me, pushing the boundaries and experimenting with what I can do creatively. I'm gonna end off the video with a short tour of my stuff that I really like. Check this shit out. I know this is really messy, but look at my mechanical keyboard. Oh yeah, you know I got that split, boy. Cool computer and my very tight mechanical keyboard. I just got some new keycaps. This is where the tunes happen. All right, see you next year. Bye. You see, I'm never trying to go there.